of the Bodhisattva by Shantideva. Chapter 8 Meditative Concentration. Cultivating diligence as just described. In concentration I will place my mind. For those whose minds are slack and wandering, are caught between the fangs of the afflictions. In solitude the mind and body are not troubled by distraction. Therefore leave this worldly life and totally abandon mental wandering. Because of loved ones and desire for gain, we fail to turn away from worldly things. These then are the first things to renounce. The prudent should conduct themselves like this.
Penetrative insight joined with calm abiding utterly eradicates afflicted states. Knowing this, first search for calm abiding, found by people who are happy to be free from worldly ties. Beings, brief, ephemeral, who strongly cling to what is also transient, will catch no glimpse of those they love, for many thousands of their future lives. Not seeing them, their minds will have no joy. They therefore will not rest in equanimity. But even if they see them, they are not content, and as before, the pain of longing stays. If I crave for other beings, a veil is cast upon the perfect truth. Wholesome disillusion melts away, and finally there comes the sting of pain.
My thoughts are all for them, and thus my life is frittered by. My family and friends all change and pass, for whom the changeless Dharma is cast out. For if I act like childish beings, sure it is that I shall fall to evil destinies. So why do I keep company with infants, who lead me to a state so far from virtue? One moment friends, the next they're bitter enemies. Even pleasant things arouse their discontent. Ordinary people, it is hard to please them. A beneficial word and they resent it, turning me instead from what is good. And when I close my ears to what they say, their anger makes them fall to lower states.
Jealous of superiors, they vie with equals. Proud to those below, they strut when praised. Say something untoward, they seethe with rage. What good was ever had from childish folk? Keep company with them, and what will follow? Self-aggrandizement and scorn for others. Talk about the good things of samsara. Every kind of vice is sure to come. Only ruin can result from such a link between myself and others, for they will bring no benefit to me, and I in turn can do them nothing good. Therefore, flee the company of childish people. Greet them when you meet with smiles that keep on terms of common courtesy, without inviting intimate relations.
Like bees that get their honey from the flowers, take only what will serve the practice of the Dharma. Treat everyone like new acquaintances, and keep yourself from close familiarity. Oh, I am rich and well respected. Lots of people take delight in me. Nourish such complacency and later, after death, your fears will start. Indeed, O foolish and afflicted mind, you want and crave for all and everything. All this together will rise up as pain itself, increased 1,000-fold. Since this is so, the wise have no attachments. From such cravings, fear and anguish come. And fix this firmly in your understanding. All that may be wished for will by nature fade to nothing.
For people may have gained great wealth of riches, enjoying reputation, sweet renown. But who can say where they have gone to now, with all the baggage of their gold and fame? Why should I be pleased when people praise me? Others there will be who scorn and criticize. And why despondent when I'm blamed, since there will be others who think well of me? So many are the leanings and the wants of beings, that even Buddha could not please them all. Of such a wretch as me, no need to speak. I'll give up such concerns with worldly things. People scorn the poor who have no wealth. They also criticize the rich who have it. What pleasure can derive from keeping company with people such as these, so difficult to please?
In kindness, childish beings take no delight, unless their own desires are satisfied. A childish person, therefore, is no true friend. This the Tathagatas have declared. In woodlands, haunt of stag and bird, among the trees where no dissension jars, it's there I would keep pleasant company. When might I be off to make my dwelling there? When shall I depart to make my home, in cave or empty shrine or under spreading tree, with in my breast a free unfettered heart, which never turns to cast a backward glance? When might I abide in such a place unclaimed and ownerless, that's wide and unconfined, a place where I might stay at liberty, without attachment?
When might I be free of fear, without the need to hide from anyone, with just a begging bowl and few belongings, dressed in garments coveted by none? And going to the charnel ground, when shall I compare my body with the dry bones there, so soon to fall to nothing, all alike? This form of mine, this very flesh, is soon to give out such a stench that even jackals won't come close. And that indeed is all it will become. This body, now so whole and integral, this flesh and bone that life has knit together, will drift apart, disintegrate, and how much more will friend depart from friend?
Alone we're born, alone we come into the world, and when we die, alone we pass away. No one shares our fate, and none our suffering. What need have I of friends to hinder me? Like those who journey on the road, who pause and lodge along the way, beings on the pathways of existence seize upon the lodging of their birth. Until the time comes round when foreign men carry me away amid the grief of worldly folk. Till then I will away and go into the forest. There, with no befriending or begrudging, I will stay alone in solitude, considered from the outset as already dead, thus, when I die, a source of pain to none.
Then there will be no one standing by in tears and mourning, thus to trouble me, and no one will be there distracting me from thinking of the Buddha and the practice. Therefore, in these lovely gleaming woods, with joy that's marred by few concerns, where mental wandering will cease, I will remain in blissful solitude, relinquishing all other aspirations, focusing myself on one intent alone. I'll strive to still my mind, and calming it, to bring it to subjection. In this and in the worlds to come, desire's the parent of all woe. In this world, killing, bonds, and wounds, and in the next, the hells and other pains. You send your go-betweens, both boy and maid, with many invitations for the prize, avoiding in the quest no sin, no deed that brings an ill renown, nor acts of frightful risk, nor loss and ruin of possessions, all for pleasure and the perfect bliss, that utmost penetrating kiss, of what in truth is nothing but a heap of bones, devoid of self, without autonomy. Is this the only object of desire and lust? Sooner pass beyond all suffering and grief. What pains you went to just to lift her face that modestly looked down, which, looked upon or not before, was always with a veil concealed. That face for which you languish so, well, here it is, now nakedly exposed. The vultures have uncovered it for you to see. What's this? You run away so soon? That which once you jealously protected, shielded from the eyes of other men, why, miser that you are, don't you protect it, now that it's the food of graveyard birds? Look, this mass of human flesh is now the fare of carrion beasts, and you would deck with garlands, sandalwood, and jewels, the food and provender of others. Look again, this heap of bones, inert and dead. Why, what are you so scared of? Why did you not fear it when it walked around, just like a risen corpse propelled by some strange influence?
You loved it once, when clothed and draped it was. Well, now it's naked. Why do you not want it? Ah, you say, your need is no more there. But why did you embrace it, all bedecked and covered? From food, a single source, come equally the body's filth and nectar of the mouth. So why are you delighted by saliva, and yet repelled by excrement? Taking no delight in pillows made of cotton soft to touch, you claim the human form emits no stench. Befueled by lust, its filth you do not recognize. Lustful one, befuddled by desire, because you cannot copulate with it, you angrily find fault with cotton, soft though it may be to touch.
And if you have no love of filth, how can you coddle on your lap a cage of bones tied fast with sinews, plastered over with the mud of flesh? In fact, you're full of filth yourself. You wallow in it constantly. It is indeed just filth that you desire, and therefore long for other sacks of it. But it's the skin and flesh I love, to touch and look upon. Then why do you not wish for flesh alone, inanimate and in its natural state? The mind that you perhaps desire, you cannot hold or look upon. Whatever you can hold or see is not the mind. Why copulate with something it is not?
To fail to grasp the unclean nature of another's flesh is not perhaps so strange. But not to see the filthy nature of oneself is very strange indeed. Why does the mind, intent on filthiness, neglect the fresh young lotus blossom, open in the sunlight of a cloudless sky, to take joy rather in a sack of dirt? And since you're disinclined to touch a place or object grimed with excrement, why do you wish to touch the body when such excrement has come? And if you have no craving for impurity, why will you now embrace and kiss what comes from such an unclean place, engendered likewise from an unclean seed?
The tiny fetid worms that come from filth, you have no love of them, and yet you're lusting for a human form, from filth arisen and replete with it. Toward your own impurity, disgust you do not feel, and yearning and a thirst for filth, you long for other sacks of it. Pleasant substances like camphor, rice, and fresh green herbs, put them in your mouth and spit them out. The earth itself is fouled thereby. If still you doubt such filthiness, though it is very plain for all to see, go off into the charnel grounds. Observe the fetid bodies there abandoned.
When their skins are peeled away, you feel great horror and revulsion. Now that you have understood, how can you still take joy in such a thing? The scent that now perfumes the skin is sandalwood and nothing else. Yet how is it that one thing's fragrance causes you to long for something else? Is it not best to have no lust for something that by nature stinks? The worldly crave beside their purpose. Why do they anoint their flesh with pleasant scents? For if this scent is sandalwood, how can it be the perfume of the body? How is it that the fragrance of a thing induces you to crave for something else?
With lanky hair, with long nails overgrown, with dirty teeth all reeking with the stink of slime, this body, naked as it is, untended, is indeed a horror to behold. Why go to such excess to clean and polish what is but a weapon that will injure you? The cares that people squander on themselves in ignorance convulse the universe with madness. When you saw the heaps of human bones, you felt revulsion in the charnel ground. And will you take delight in cities of the dead, frequented by such skeletons that live and move? What's more, possession of another's filth is not to be acquired free of charge. All is at a price, exhaustion in this life, and in the next, the suffering of hell.
To gather riches, young boys are unable, and what can they enjoy when they're full grown? The whole of life is spent in gaining wealth, but then they're old, too old to satisfy their lust. Some are wretched in their great desire, but worn out by their day-long work. They go home broken by fatigue, to sleep the slumbers of a corpse. Some, wearied by their travels far from home, must suffer separation from their wives and children, whom they love and long to see. They do not meet with them for years on end. Some, ambitious for prosperity, not knowing how to get it, sell themselves. Happiness eludes their grasp, and pointlessly they live and labor for their masters.
Some sell themselves, no longer free, in bondage, slavery to others, and destitute, their wives give birth, with only trees for shelter in the wild. Fools deceived by craving for a livelihood decide that they will make their fortune in the wars, though fearful for their lives, and seeking gain, it's slavery they get. Some, as the result of craving, have their bodies slashed, impaled on pointed stakes. Some are wounded, run through by the lance, while some are put to death by fire. The pain of gaining, keeping, and of losing all, see the endless hardships brought on us by property. For those distracted by their love of wealth, there is no chance for freedom from the sorrows of existence.
They indeed, possessed of many wants, will suffer many troubles, all for very little. They're like the ox that pulls the cart and catches bits of grass along the way. For sake of such a paltry thing, which is not rare, which even beasts can find, tormented by their karma, they destroy this precious human life so hard to find. All that we desire is sure to perish, on which account we fall to hellish pain. For what amounts to very little, we must suffer constant and exhausting weariness. With but a millionth part of such vexation, enlightenment itself could be attained. Those who crave are plagued far more than those engaged upon the path. Yet Buddhahood is not what they attain.
Reflect upon the pains of hell and other evil states, weapons, fires, and poisons, yawning chasms, hostile foes. None is on a level with our cravings. So, revolted by our lust and wanting, let us now rejoice in solitude. In places empty of all conflict and defilement, the peace and stillness of the forest. Happy those intent on others' good, who roam in pleasant places formed of massive stone, refreshed by moonlight's sandal-scented beams, by gentle woodland breezes soothed. In caves beneath the trees, in houses left abandoned, may we linger long as we might wish. Relinquishing the pain of guarding our possessions, let us live in freedom, unconfined by cares.
To have such liberty unmarred by craving, loose from every bond and tie, a life of such contentment and such pleasure, even Indra would be pressed to find. Reflecting in such ways as these, upon the excellence of solitude, pacify completely all discursiveness, and cultivate the mind of bodhicitta. Strive at first to meditate upon the sameness of yourself and others. In joy and sorrow, all are equal. Thus be guardian of all, as of yourself. The hand and other limbs are many and distinct, but all are one, the body to be kept and guarded. Likewise, different beings, in their joys and sorrows, are, like me, all one in wanting happiness.
This pain of mine does not afflict or cause discomfort to another's body. And yet this pain is hard for me to bear, because I cling and take it for my own. And other beings' pain I do not feel, and yet, because I take them for myself, their suffering is mine, and therefore hard to bear. And therefore, I will dispel the pain of others, for it is simply pain just like my own. And others I will aid and benefit, for they are living beings like my body. Since I and other beings both, in wanting happiness, are equal and alike, what difference is there to distinguish us, that I should strive to have my bliss alone?
Since I and other beings both, in fleeing suffering, are equal and alike, what difference is there to distinguish us, that I should save myself and not the others? Since the pain of others does no harm to me, I do not shield myself from it. So why to guard against my future pain, which does no harm to this, my present me? To think that I will have to bear it is in fact a false idea, For that which dies is one thing, what is born is something else. It's for the sufferers themselves, you'll say, to shield themselves from injuries that come. The pain felt in my foot is not my hands, so why, in fact, should one protect the other?
True is inadmissible, you'll say. It happens simply through the force of ego clinging. But what is inadmissible for others and myself should be discarded utterly. Continua and gatherings, so-called, like garlands and like armies, are unreal. So there is no one to experience pain, for who is there to be its owner? Suffering has no possessor, therefore no distinctions can be made in it. Since pain is pain, it is to be dispelled. What use is there in drawing boundaries? But why dispel the pains of all? You cannot argue in this way. If my pain is removed, so too should that of others. If theirs is not, then neither should be mine.
Compassion makes us feel such pain, you say, so why should we make efforts to engender it? But thinking of the sufferings of beings, how can you regard as great the smart of your compassion? And if through such a single pain, a multitude of sorrows can be cured, such pain as this all-loving people strive to foster in themselves and others. Thus Sapushpachandra, knowing that the king would cause him harm, did nothing to escape from tribulation, that the pains of many should be ended. Those whose minds are practiced in this way, whose joy it is to soothe another's ills, will venture into hell of unrelenting pain, as swans sweep down upon a lotus lake.
The ocean-like immensity of joy, arising when all beings will be freed. Will this not be enough? Will this not satisfy? The wish for my own freedom, what is that to me? The work of bringing benefit to beings will not then make me proud and self-admiring. The happiness of others is itself my satisfaction. I do not expect another recompense. Therefore, just as I defend myself from even slight disparagement, in just the same way with regard to others, I should likewise have a mind protective and compassionate. The drop of sperm and blood belonged to others, yet through strong habituation, I came to have in its regard a sense of I, though in itself it is devoid of entity.
And so, why not identify another's body, calling it my I? And vice versa, why should it be hard to think of this my body as another's? Perceiving now the faults possessed by I, the ocean of good qualities that are in other, I shall lay aside all love of self, and gain the habit of adopting other beings. Just as hands and other limbs are thought of as the members of a body, can we likewise not consider others as the limbs and members of a living whole? Just as in connection with this form, devoid of self, my sense of I arose through strong habituation, why should not the thought of I, through habit, not arise related to another?
Thus, when I work for others' sake, there will be no sense of boasting, self-congratulation. It is just as when I feed myself. I don't expect to be rewarded. Therefore, just as I defend myself from even slight disparagement, likewise for beings I shall now grow used to have a mind protective and compassionate. This is why the Lord of Avalokita, out of great compassion, blessed his name, that those caught in the midst of multitudes might be released and freed from every fear. And so we should be undeterred by hardships, for through the influence of use and habit, people even come to grieve for those whose very names struck terror in their hearts.
Those desiring speedily to be a refuge for themselves and others should make the interchange of I and other, and thus embrace a sacred mystery. Because of our attachment to our bodies, even little things alarm us. This body, then, this source of so much terror, who would not detest it as the worst of foes? Wishing to relieve our body's ills, our hungry mouths, the dryness of our throats, we steal the lives of fishes, birds, and deer, and lie in wait along the road. And for the sake of profit and position, some there are who even kill their parents, or steal what has been offered to the triple gem, because of which they'll burn in hell of unrelenting pain.
Where are the wise and prudent then, who cherish, guard, and serve the body, who would not perceive it as their foe, and as their foe, regarded with contempt. If I give this, what will be left for me? Thinking of oneself, the way of evil ghosts. If I keep this, what will be left to give? Concern for others is the way of heaven. If to serve myself I harm another, I'll suffer later in the realms of hell. But if for others' sake I harm myself, then every excellence will be my heritage. Wanting what is best for me, stupidity, inferiority, and lower realms result. Let this be changed, applied to others. Honors and the realms of bliss will come.
Enslaving others, forcing them to serve me, I will come to know the state of servitude. But if I labor for the good of others, mastery and leadership will come to me. All the joy the world contains has come through wishing happiness for others. All the misery the world contains has come through wanting pleasure for oneself. Is there need for lengthy explanation? Childish beings look out for themselves. Buddhas labor for the good of others. See the difference that divides them. If I do not interchange my happiness for others' pain, enlightenment will never be attained, and even in samsara, joy will fly from me.
Leaving future lives outside the reckoning, even this life's needs are not fulfilled. The servants do not do their work, and masters do not pay the wages earned. Casting far away abundant joys that may be gained in this or future lives, because of bringing harm to other beings, I ignorantly bring myself intolerable pain. All the harm with which this world is rife, all fear and suffering that there is, clinging to the I has caused it. What am I to do with this great demon? If this I is not relinquished wholly, sorrow likewise cannot be avoided. If they do not keep away from fire, people cannot escape from being burned.
To free myself from harm and others from their sufferings, let me give myself to others, loving them as I now love myself. For I am now beneath the rule of others. Of this you must be certain, O my mind. And now no longer shall you have a thought that does not wish the benefit of beings. My sight and other senses, now the property of others. To use them for myself would be improper, and it is likewise disallowed to use my faculties against their owners. Thus sentient beings will be my chief concern, and everything I see my body has will all be seized and offered for the use and service of all other beings.
Take others, lower, higher, equal, as yourself. Identify yourself as other. Then, without another thought, immerse yourself in envy, pride, and rivalry. He is the center of attention. I am nothing. And unlike him, I'm poor without possessions. Everyone looks up to him, despising me. All goes well for him. For me, there's only bitterness. All I have is sweat and drudgery, while he's there, sitting at his ease. He's great, respected in the world, while I'm the underdog, a well-known nobody. What? A nobody without distinction? Not true. I do have some good qualities. Compared with some, he's lower down. Compared with some, I do excel.
My discipline and my understanding have declined, but I am helpless, ruled by my defilements. As much as he is able, he should cure me. I will be submissive even to his punishments. The fact is, he does nothing of the sort. By what right, then, does he belittle me? What use, then, are his qualities to me, those qualities of which he so possessed? Indifferent to the plight of living beings who tread the brink of evil destinies, he makes an outward show of virtues, and even wants to vie with sages, that I might excel, outstripping him regarded as my peer and equal. In contests I will certainly secure my fame and fortune, public renown.
By every means I'll advertise my gifts to all the world, ensuring that his qualities remain unknown, ignored by everyone. My faults I will conceal, dissimulate, for I, not he, will be the object of devotion. I, not he, will gain possessions and renown. I will be the center of attention. I will take such satisfaction in his evil deeds and degradation. I will render him despicable, the butt and laughingstock of everyone. People say this pitiful non-entity is trying to compete with me. But how can he be on a par with me in learning, beauty, wealth, or pedigree?
Just to hear them talk about my excellence, my reputation on the lips of all. The thrill of it sends shivers down my spine, a pleasure that I bask and revel in. Even if he does have something, I'm the one he's working for. He can keep enough just to survive, but with my strength, I'll steal the rest away. I will wear his happiness away. I will always hurt and injure him. He's the one who in samsara did me mischiefs by the 100. Countless ages, O my mind, you spent desiring to attain your aims, and what great weariness it was, while your reward was only misery.
And therefore now, most certainly, apply yourself completely to the good of others. The Buddha did not lie in what he said. You'll see the benefits that come from it. If indeed you had in former times embraced this work and undertaken it, you could not still be lacking in the perfect bliss of Buddhahood. Therefore, just as you identify a drop of others' blood and sperm and cling to it as though it were yourself, now take sentient beings, others, as yourself. Now for others, you should spy on everything your body seems to have. Steal it, take it all away, and use it for the benefit of others.
I indeed am happy, others sad. I am high and mighty, others low. I am helped while others are abandoned. Why am I not jealous of myself? Happiness, fulfillment, these I give away. The pain of others, this I will embrace. Inquiring of myself repeatedly, I will thus investigate my faults. When others are at fault, I'll take and turn the blame upon myself, and all my sins, however slight, declare, and make them known to many. The fame of others I will magnify, that it might thus outshine my own. Among them I will be as one who serves, my lowly labor for their benefit.
This ego is by nature rife with faults. Its accidental gifts I should not praise. Whatever qualities it has, I'll so contrive, that they remain unknown to everyone. All the harm, in short, that ego does, to its advantage and to others' cost, may all of it descend upon itself, to its own hurt, to others' benefit. Do not let it strut about the place, so arrogant, so overbearing, but like a newly wedded bride, let it be demure and blushing, timorous and shy. Do this, be like that, such things don't ever do. It's thus that you will bring it forcibly to heel, and if it oversteps the mark, well then, apply the lash.
And so, O mind, if still you will refuse, though you have been so lengthily advised, since every evil has its roots in you, you are indeed now ripe for punishment. The time when you could do me harm is in the past and now is here no more. Now I see you. Where will you escape? I'll bring you down with all your haughty insolence. Let every thought of working for yourself be utterly rejected, cast aside. Now that you've been sold to others, stop your whining, be of service. For if, through being inattentive, I do not deliver you to others, you will hand me over, it is certain, to the guards and janitors of hell.
For this is how so many times you have betrayed me, and how long I've suffered. Now my memory is full of rancor. I will crush your selfish schemes. And so it is that if I want contentment, I should never seek to please myself. And likewise, if I wish to guard myself, of others I should always be the guard. To the extent this human form is cosseted and saved from hurt, just so, to that degree, it dwindles to a weak and fretful state. For those who sink to such a pass, the earth and all it holds are powerless to satisfy, for who can give them all they crave?
Their hopeless craving brings them misery, and evil schemes invade their minds, while those with free, untrammeled hearts will never know an end of excellence. Therefore, for the increase of my body's wants, I'll give no space, no opportunity, and of possessions, those things are the best that do not captivate by their attractiveness. Dust and ashes are the body's final state, this body which, inert, is moved by other forces. This form, so frightening and foul, why do I so regard it as myself? Alive or dead, what difference does it make? What use is this machine to me? What difference will divide it from a clod of earth? Alas, that I don't rid myself of pride.
Through lavishing attention on this body, such sorrow have I brought myself so senselessly. What use is all my wanting, all my hating, for what indeed is like a log of wood? Whether I protect and pamper it, or whether it is eaten up by carrion birds, this body feels no pleasure, no aversion. Why then do I cherish it so much? Resentment when it is reviled, or pleasure when it is esteemed. Neither of these two my body feels, so why do I exhaust myself? If I say I do it since it's loved by other people, others whom I thus regard as friends, since all appreciate the bodies that they have, why do I not take pleasure in them too?
Therefore, free from all attachment, I will give this body for the benefit of beings, and though it is afflicted by so many faults, I shall adopt it as my necessary tool. And so, enough of all my childish ways. I'll follow in the footsteps of the wise. Recalling their advice on carefulness, I'll shun all sleep and mental dullness. Like the Buddha's heirs in their compassion, I will bear with all that should be borne. For if I do not labor night and day, when will my sorrows reach their end? Thus, to banish all obscuring veils, I'll bend my mind from the mistaken path, and constantly upon the perfect object, I shall rest my mind in even meditation.